Hey, it's Versus episode 13, and we've done it. We've made it to the end of the Tooth Fairy franchise. My name is John Maher. That is Will Cohen. Will, are you as relieved as I am that these movies we will never have to watch again?
I am so glad to have finally, limp across this finish line as if I was in a badminton tournament. Uh, I I feel so relieved, and honestly, after watching this movie in particular, I have never felt smarter in my entire life because people who are supposed to be educating our future generation honestly could not be the biggest group of dumbasses I've ever seen in my life. It's inexplicable.
Yeah.
And maybe it's because the person running the show, Louisa, Louisa, whatever the fuck her name is,
Here's a Warren. This is
Warren.
for you.
Louisa Warren easily has to. Maybe it's because she either wanted to make herself feel smart by making everyone dumb, or these are decisions that she would make.
Maybe.
Either way, honestly, I have never rooted for people just to die so hard in my life. But every single person in this film pretty much just deserved to die.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that. I'll go a little further when we talk about it, but in case you haven't figured it out, this is the final Tooth Fairy movie. This is Tooth Fairy Drill to Kill. Spoiler alert, no drills at all in the movie.
You've made real progress, Sammy.
It's her face that haunts me. It never leaves. I can see it in everything. Every person I meet, every shadow that follows. Even on the ceiling of this room, she's staring down at me, smiling. And I can't pretend like it's not crazy because it is.
Sammy?
It's the screams that get me.
I remember you well.
On a count of 3, I want you to open your eyes. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, Drill to Kill. Where to even begin with this one? Let's just put it with the fact that that trailer makes you think that like Sammy, who is the survivor from the first movie, is in this movie. She is not. They full on like Alice Hardy her. They kill her. I mean, it takes a long ass time for them to kill her, but she is killed. She's the first person killed.
Exactly what you should be teaching the children at school.
This is, yeah, it's almost as, it's not even almost as insulting. It's actually more insulting than putting Laurie Strode in the trailers of Halloween Resurrection and just killing her off within the first like 10 minutes of the film. It is somehow this is even worse because it doesn't even make sense for her to be here. Like you see, like at the end, like for those of you who like remembered our just just like lack of sanity rantings about the Tooth Fairy 4 Queen of Pain. She is attacked by the Tooth Fairy at the end of the film. Finally, she has like one last attack, screaming, cut to credits. So there's no reason why she should still be alive at this point.
Yeah, Tooth Fairy don't leave nobody alive, but she left this girl alive, which brings me to my next point. I'm going to say one positive thing and then follow it up with like a huge negative thing. In this movie, Tooth Fairy has like weapons like that can kill people. I mean, Are they shitty props? Yes, but it's a knife, and she stabs people with the knife. So thank you for fixing that thing that nobody was really complaining about because the movie just sucked in general. My big question, plot wise, is Sam was a teacher on a field trip where 4 fucking children were murdered and or missing. They're missing. Like they at least went missing. At the worst case scenario, they've lost their lives. What school hires this bitch back? What school hires her back after that? Like, they're not going to hire her back, but they hire her back.
Yeah. Like I don't know where I don't know where I think this takes place in Surrey. I think someone mentioned Surrey at some point. I don't know what the education system is like in Surrey, but I'm pretty sure like even if it's somehow worse than the US is right now, I'm pretty sure that you kill, like you let 3 kids missing or get killed, they're at least going to slap you on the wrist pretty hard.
Yeah.
And she's just there.
Yeah, she's just there, and apparently her sister works at the same school, and apparently even though they lost like half their staff, they got a brand new staff, and they are also people that love to drink and canoodle.
While at work.
At work. This is
at work.
Yeah,
this is 100% in the school. They're like, they're like full on drinking and like grinding against each other, like awkwardly grinding against each other.
Ines, are the front doors locked?
Yeah, and there's tons of alcohol. And I want to point out, with the exception of like the beginning of the movie and the end of the movie, the whole middle of the movie takes place in broad daylight.
Like we said, Sammy gets killed.
Tooth Fairy knows where she lives, finds where she lives.
Maybe it's because like there wasn't a light tapping that she decided to open the door, but this was just like hammering the door. But for someone who like was scarred by that voice,
it never leaves. I can see it in everything. Every person I meet, every shadow that follows.
She's still talking to this woman.
From a little
Trev. It can't be you. You can't have found me. It's not possible.
Knowing full well that apparently she can materialize through doors.
She gets through every door. She gets every door. And even though like another big gripe about this movie is they're inside of like a preschool. I guess that's where they were able to film, I guess, when on the days off. All of those doors are like handicapped accessible Dutch doors that swing. And people are barricading doors that open away from the barricades constantly. Yeah. Like they run through a door that closes this way, and then they're barricading the door. Even though the door opens, they can just step over your barricade. It's like, I don't know if, to your point, is Louisa Warren this stupid, or does she just have that little respect for everybody else on the planet? Like, one or the other has to be, or maybe both. Maybe both are true. I have no idea. But it's just like, it's so dumb. It is like so goddamn.
Yeah, like I'm baffled, but it's like knowing full well that this woman, that Sammy gets killed. Like the day after, they're having this elementary school grind fest.
Yeah, her sister Meg, her works there. Your sister just died, but hey, to cheer you up, we're going to throw you a birthday party with alcohol and sex. And it's like, all right, sounds like a good idea. And that is the premise of the movie. Like, I don't even need to go into details. Like, the Tooth Fairy comes and, like, horror icon level time to the fifth power plows through these people. Like it's not. No one puts up a fight. No one stands a chance. It's insane. Like the way there isn't even like a. There's no hope. At least in like even in the bleakest horror movies, like where the bad guy wins. There's moments where they instill hope. This movie doesn't even bother to try. It's just like splat. And there's dumb attempts at humor sprinkled in as well.
And if you fancy a beer, I don't drink when I'm on job, love.
What? So, to their credit, I feel like they're at least not even attempting to like be intelligent, and they're not even shielding the attempts at saying that we respect our audience. Like, so here's how the Tooth Fairy gets in, because the one smart decision that they make, is that there's a guard on duty who's not participating in the drinking, not participating in any of the casual sex.
Has a security guard.
So he's just chilling.
Hello?
Going, oh yeah, the doors are locked. They look, the door's wide open.
I'm just here to check if the doors are locked. I'm at work. Of course the door's locked.
I don't think they are.
And he actually gets off of his ass, saunters over, locks the door. End of smart decision. Why? Because, Melta Tooth Fairy, who is looking to drill the thrill here, starts poking out the window. I'm here to collect my son.
I've come to collect.
Huh? Sorry, miss, what have you come to collect?
My son.
Yeah, and then the security guard runs through all the normal questions, like, what's your son's name? She gives a bullshit name. The kid's not on the list, right? End of discussion. In a normal world, end of discussion. So this person's obviously bullshitting you. This person's trying to get into the building. Then she just vanishes. Security guard, who was not interested in doing his job before, could have just easily gone back to drinking his flask of whiskey and watching television. But no, he doesn't do that. He goes outside. And then does she like ride up on a bicycle and hit him? Like she's like on a bicycle all of a sudden, like hits him.
Miss? Miss?
Yeah, like that was probably like the funniest kill of there, but it's like beyond that. Like by this point, like I am so angry that like any attempt at humor is just gonna fall flat. And so go ahead.
I also want to point out, like I said, like it's not even worth talking about every single kill. Tooth Fairy just plows through every single person in this building. However, when people run and hide, every time someone hides, it is like the type of hiding spot, like you're with the very first time you have a child, the very first time you play hide and seek with them, like where they'll hide behind a curtain and you can see their feet. Like everyone hiding in this movie hides like a 2-year-old child. They'll hide behind things where you can see them. Actually, that happened in the last movie too. I forgot to mention it, but I don't get it. I don't get why adults wouldn't try to hide better than like that's them hiding in this movie.
You see, it's And if it ended there, that would be one thing. But it's like, this felt like I was like playing hide and seek with my son. Because what my son does is he'll hide, and when you're getting closer, he will start giggling as loud as possible. And when you say, "Where are you?" he will just fucking tell you where it is. And it's like they're not being that blatant about it, to their credit, but they might as well be.
There's
Because
a time when a girl is hiding, when Meg is hiding behind one of those puppet booths, and it's just like a little tiny curtain that she closes. You can see her, right? And then the Tooth Fairy looks over the top of it where you'd be able to see her, and she ducks where we can't see her. And I guess since we can't see her, the Tooth Fairy can't see her, and the Tooth Fairy just walks away. Like,
I came here for you to collect your special little teeth. But all you do is hide.
it defies logic. It's this movie is like a practical joke. That's the only explanation that makes sense in my mind, because it doesn't make sense as anything else.
And if it was a practical joke, then maybe Louisa Warren is like Andy Kaufman levels of genius. Because
I'm willing to go down this road with you, because that's the only way. Like, if I would ever meet her in real life and she would say, like, "Oh yeah, it's just my art to just make bad movies. I'm doing this on purpose." Like, okay, well then I forgive you. But if someone's like paying her to do this, to put out horror movies, like, she's just, whatever you're paying her is too much. Whatever it is too much.
Like all she deserves at this point is like an RC cola and a bag of Smarties. Like, just like
that's been opened. That's been opened. Both of them have been opened. You don't even get new ones.
Yeah, and all you got are the discarded yellow ones.
Yeah.
Like, this is just ridiculous levels of bullshit. Like, and it would have been fine. Like, we've John, you and I have seen horror films of all different shapes and sizes of a killer who is just willing to like mow down people so quickly you might as well just call them John Deere.
Yeah.
Like, we have seen things like that. But what separates the good from whatever the fuck this is, the people fight back to a reasonable degree.
Yeah, there's no fighting back in this movie. There's no fighting.
And like it's not like in Queen of Evil, where a lot of the times they're just the ass beatings and killings are just falling out of the fucking sky. It's not that way at all. They see it coming. Now, here's the most insulting kill. I can't remember what the real mousy teacher is. I can't remember who that was.
Oh, the Kate Sanderson, the older teacher?
I think so.
Yeah, her name is Zara. She's the supervisor, Zara.
Right. So she's the one. She manages. She does the one thing that no one thought to do in the other one. When the Tooth Fairy tackles her, she uses her feet, kicks her off. Tooth Fairy on the ground. Why the fuck, in your high heel shoes, are you not just stomping this bitch into plasma at that point?
Right.
How are you not knocking her teeth out now?
A lot of teeth in that head too.
Like, just keep kicking her until she stops moving. kicked the knife out of her
No
hand.
one fights back. No, we established nobody fights back.
Like-
I guess, and I'm wrong about there not being any glimmer of hope, because in this movie they call the police and the police show up while there's 2 survivors left.
No, she's gone. The police are here. So we're safe now.
The police take them back to the same house where the Tooth Fairy knows they're in that house, and then there's only one cop, even though there's been a mass murder.
And they find like the guy who's like nearly like they
He's
had
like a crossing guard.
They had to pull him out of pensioner status to do this. Like the oldest fucking cop on the face of the planet.
Did you find her?
She'd already killed her.
She.
The woman. The one that killed my sister.
And you're sure it was her?
So the Tooth Fairy kills him, takes his gun. And then shoots one of the other 2 girls. And then the last girl, she gets her, and like it's just kills her. Like there's no like there isn't even like a weird back and forth or like I'm gonna untie myself and fight. Just kills her. Movie's over. If they make a Tooth Fairy 6, like I'm coming to England. I'm coming to you guys. Like I'm gonna find you guys. Don't do it. Don't do it. I don't want to see another one of these movies. You've won. Don't make another one.
And it was very clear that they wanted to like end on some kind of big creepy note, because like you see her like dragging the cop's dead body and she's stuffing it in his own car, and then she looks at the camera and says something, but I have no idea what the fuck she said. Like I had to rewind it 3 times.
It's late now. We don't want to wake anyone. I'm taking you with me for a very special extraction.
She's coming to collect.
No,
I don't know what she's saying.
Like, and I wasn't going to turn on subtitles because I just didn't care at that point.
Yeah, these movies are just so bad. Like it's gross. I'm happy to be done with them. I have no idea what we're doing next week, but I'm happy to be done with it. Well, let's talk about the final drink. What do you have for them this week?
All right. I didn't even give a shit about theming on this one. I did what I felt was necessary in finding a drink that was aptly titled. So thanks to our friends over at OkanaganSpirits.com. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Because we're finally at the bitter end, I found a drink called the Bitter End. And what is in the bitter end? Well, this drink is definitely going to get you fucked up. 1 ounce of Okanagan Spirits Taboo Absinthe. Apparently they make absinthe. So that's one full shot of that. Half shot of I never know how to pronounce this. It's either Cointreau or Cointreau. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Cointreau. Definitely Cointreau.
I've been pronouncing it wrong for so long.
That's fine.
Half shot of lemon juice, half shot of orange juice, half shot or a half ounce of a fresh egg white.
All right.
Not a store-bought egg white, a fresh one.
So get yourself a chicken.
A quarter shot of simple syrup, a quarter shot of Campari, and a star anise pod for some reason. Follow the link below of how to make this thing. Let's get our watchers fucked up here, John.
All right. Go ahead. Start us off.
So You complained about this the first time. We have to delve into the elephant in the room. Any single time you think that you need to turn on subtitles, understand what the hell she's saying, take a drink.
Anytime any of the characters could throw a straight punch or a straight kick and save their lives, but don't, take a drink.
Every single time someone makes a piss poor decision about handling children, take a drink.
Anytime a character hides, but you can see their head, hands, or feet from the other side of where they're hiding, take a drink. You're going to die if you do that, though.
Any single time someone jingles the keys to the fucking building, take a drink.
That's enough to finish that drink. We are done. I've already decided what we're doing at least next week. Will, I don't know if you know this. Louisa Warren did direct another small franchise for this group of things about a demonic plastic surgeon, Dr. Carver. So we're going to watch the first Dr. Carver movie next week and see if Louisa's expertise leads into other franchises. So we're going to continue our Louisa Warren escapade next week. Until then, though, like, comment, subscribe, and share if you made it this far in the video. The Facebook group is Why We Love Horror. The TikTok is at WWL Horror, or Letterboxd as well. Remember, every Monday it's versus. Will and I watch a bad movie. You know that by now. Wednesdays, special editions of Why We Love Horror or Why We Love Horror Trivia. Thursdays is the Why We Love Horror show where we cover new releases in the theaters or on VOD. And Friday is Why We Love Horror Trivia, where you get at least 2 matches of horror trivia every week. But again, you made it. We thank you for being here. We appreciate your patronage.